Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome from sunny Dubai. I just love this time of year. From around now till late March, we just have fantastic weather. So I'm really sorry I'm late as well. I said I would be on at 4 o'clock. It is now just coming up for 4:15, but I have good reason for that. I've been with a wonderful new client of mine this afternoon, and she accidentally left her phone in the taxi, and so we were trying to sort that out, and while we were trying to sort that out, he actually delivered the phone home to her. So huge gratitude for that. And today that's what we're going to talk about. Perhaps why being grateful, having gratitude isn't working for you, because it really is the first step in changing any mindset. So let's just first think about perhaps what your mindset might be like now, because many of us think with a lack mindset, and a lack mindset means that you continually focus on what you haven't got. So as you go about your daily business, you're constantly thinking about what you want, what you haven't got in any situation. I know for me, I'd look in the mirror and it would be about, I don't really like my clothes or my hair, or, I would never be focusing on what I had. It was always about what I wanted to change. And that was the same for my finances. It could always be more, could have earned more from this, could have made more in that. I never focused on actually what we had. That was the same with health, and that was certainly how I saw my mother. I didn't see any positivity in that. So my whole life was surrounded in lack, and you might find that now. Just be very aware what your thought process is, and are you homing in on what you haven't got, or what that person isn't giving you, or what you haven't got in your life financially, or what you haven't got health-wise. Whatever it is, just look where your focus is. Because once you change that and you have an abundant mindset, what it means is you get more to be grateful for. So you expand and expand and expand, and this really is the essence of happiness. Now, in the beginning, it is far too difficult to be grateful for enormous things in life that you want to change. For example, for me, many years ago, as most of you know, I've had the terrible relationship with my mum. Well, I could no way focus on having a wonderful relationship with her and a great phone call and a holiday and you name it. It was so far removed. I just couldn't do that. Equally with my finances. We were in a position not that long ago where we had 5 mortgages and we couldn't pay 3 of them. So, there was no way I could focus on having, a big bank account, etc., etc. It just wasn't going to happen with the situation we were in. And also our salary was less than our outgoings. So it was just way beyond all of that. And my health at the time, I was continually focusing on the next thing that was going to go wrong. I suffered skin cancer, I've had a very complicated hysterectomy, and there were a lot of other things going on at the time. And my focus was on everything that I didn't have. So these were all too big for me to focus on. So what do? I invite you all to get a journal. And there's a reason for this. A journal does 2 things. It really helps you to become disciplined in life. And if you want to achieve any goal or make any form of difference, you do need a certain amount of discipline, whether that's with your diet, with your health, with exercise, with a new job, whether it's with a relationship. It does require a certain amount of discipline. And a journal will make you have that discipline. And when you have discipline in one area, it overlaps and spills into other areas. So that's the first reason. And the second reason for having a journal is when you write, you actually write things that you might not think. Different things come out. So it's a really, really good practice to get into and to get to learn about you as well. You will write things in different ways. And actually the handwritten word goes into the subconscious mind much more effectively than, say, using a gratitude app on a phone. It's something like 8 times it goes into your brain when you type it, and then something like 150 times when you actually write it with the with a pen or a pencil. So it is really, really effective. So that's what I encourage you to do first off. And I always work on an 80-20 rule. An 80-20 rule means just try and do it 80% of the time. So 5 times out of 7. That's what we're aiming for. And that's perfect. You know, that's just wonderful. I'm actually far from perfect, and I definitely don't do mine 7 times a week. If I do mine 5, I'm doing brilliantly, but it's a practice I've had for a long time now, and it really has been very effective, changing that mindset. So second thing is, now you've got your journal, when are you going to write it? The best time to write it is at night time. But if it doesn't work for you, just pick a time of day. You need about 4 or 5 minutes, and I encourage you to write up to 5 things if you can. So if you can just write 1 or 2 in the beginning, that's fantastic. But I want you to think of the very small things in life, like enjoying a cup of tea, like enjoying a walk, the fresh air, perhaps the colour of a flower, perhaps the enjoyment of taking your dog out for a walk and you've now got the cool breeze on your face. Perhaps it's your bed, perhaps it's a bubble bath. It doesn't matter what it is. We're looking for small things, and I want you to be very specific, very, very specific. So if it's a cup of tea, where were you having that cup of tea? Were you sat in the kitchen and it was just so nice to sit down and have 10 minutes to yourself, just enjoying that drink? That's what you write down. That is the message to the subconscious mind. So when you write it, write with emotion, okay? Now what I mean by write with emotion is, I love running, and I had a fantastic run this morning because the weather's so gorgeous. And when I got back, I always enjoy my shower. So if I'm going to write that in my gratitude diary, I would write down that my shower, I'm really grateful for my shower, because as soon as I haven't got that shower, I'm in a mess, because I need to, you know, I'm very sweaty after my run, so I need to clean up after that. So when I'm writing it in my diary, I can actually smell that coconut shower gel that I have, and it really evokes the emotion of being grateful for that shower after such a pleasurable experience. So try and write with emotion, try and be very specific. So don't just write, oh, I love my family, I love my pets, I love my... You need to be very specific, sorry. The subconscious mind likes black and white, and it likes it to be specific, okay? It doesn't like grey areas. So the next thing you can do is to attach this habit of writing your journal to a habit you already have. Now for me, I always clean my teeth just before I get into bed. And so that's the habit I've attached it to. So teeth cleaning now means writing my journal, and it's automatic, just like driving your car. You can remember how difficult it was in the first place to, if you drive, to find the clutch, look in the mirror, check you're not going to run someone over, all that stuff that's really hard in the beginning. We just get in the car and we go now, we don't even think about it. And that's what writing a gratitude journal is for me now. I just get into bed and it's automatic. Why is it automatic? Simply through repetition. And that's how we learn everything. That's how babies learn to walk. That's how we've got a little 4-year-old on this compound here who speaks 4 languages, which is unreal because the child hasn't been to school and it hasn't read a book. But it's through repetition from the parents speaking these languages. And that's how we learn gratitude, through repetition, doing it in the right way. So that's what I really encourage you to do now. And after you've got this going for a while, you can then pick something to be grateful about. So for example, if you were struggling with your husband, so if you're having issues with your husband and perhaps the marriage has gone a bit stale, or the partnership, you're just arguing all the time, perhaps now you're feeling better within yourself, you can take this on board and say, right, my gratitude diary is going to be about him. By the way, you don't show anyone this. This is a personal book for you. And you would then focus in on the things that you were grateful for, that either he had or he done for you or you saw in him that week, and it will really help you to refocus and come away from all the negative stuff that keeps going around in your mind. So, and when you've done this for several weeks, you can then tackle the big issues. So for me, I couldn't at first tackle anything to do with my mum, with the relationships, the finances was just way too big, and my health. But after a while, when my mindset really started to change, I then did focus in on my mum. And, my gratitude diary became about her. What was good about mum? What could I see, good about mum? And maybe, weeks and weeks and weeks and months later, it was about a phone call with mum. It was about an email from mum. It was about a visit. I started to see the good. So you can do this as well. Everyone can do this. This is a fantastic practice that is the foundation of all of my coaching, and everybody starts with this, because if we want to make a change in life, we have to have a foundation, because we're always going to come across challenges wherever we are, whatever we're doing, and it's those challenges that we need to be able to face. And when we can fall back on these tools, on this new mindset, it's that's going to carry us through. So this is fundamental, ladies, and I really encourage you to do this. So do pop a message below here, private message me, give me a Skype call, whatever you're struggling with. I'm always here, and I love feedback. If you want me to talk about anything in particular, I'm very happy to take it on board, share whatever I know, and help you forwards. If you want some more information, you can go to my website, www.louise-armstrong.com, and that's it for today. So good luck. Go and get your journals, ladies, and share how you're getting on. This stuff works. It's brilliant. Right, I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back again on Monday. Take good care, everyone. Bye for now.